Greetings from parts unknown. My name is Sonny Sofrito, and today I am joined by...
The Sensational Miss Krssi Luv. How are you?
And I'm also joined by the returning...
Yes, the greatest general manager of Yep, I Like Wrestling. I'm so good to finally have a job again. You all remembered that I was a part of this podcast. How nice of you. Yes.
Hi, Teddy.
Yes, hello, Krssi.
You're
Yes.
a part of this podcast or you're a guest?
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
Oh,
I got
don't
excluded
say
these
that.
last...
No,
it felt like 2 months, but it was
no,
only 2
no.
episodes. But it's good to be back.
Yeah.
I do feel like I haven't seen you in forever now.
I know. Very large shoes to fill. But you and the ladies did very well on the podcast. I'm very proud of you all.
And just to reference that, make sure you go and you check out the Ladies Takeover episode, aka episode 11.
11.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Lucky
a
11.
great episode done by Krssi Luv and the green-haired glamazon Tara and Lucy T, WWE. Exactly.
Yes.
She,
Shout out to them.
Yeah, that was a great episode, man.
They did their thing.
Yeah,
Had a great time.
It's
I'm
definitely a fun listen.
I was a proud general manager. I was pissed, but I was proud.
Why were you pissed?
Because I am kind of the star of this podcast, Sonny, and you gave me the wrong address 2 weeks in a row. So I'm kind of feeling a bit slighted, but I'm not bitter.
Listen,
I'm not
man,
bitter.
just because you thought Broadway was in Brooklyn and not in Manhattan, that's your own
I
fault.
know Google Maps. So bad. So bad. Google Maps.
On that bootleg phone that you got.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so...
It's a thing.
Try and use Waze next time. It's much more
Really?
reliable.
My Uber driver gave me the wrong address, actually. He was a bit distracted.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you what he was doing, but yeah, it was his. Continue, Sonny.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What
So-
happens in Staten Island stays in Staten Island.
How about that?
Yeah, exactly. How about that? So, listen, let's start off with some fun wrestling news that we just happened to hear about, which is yes.
Oh, no.
You don't sound happy. What's going on, Teddy?
Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
I've never really gotten behind him, no pun intended. But, yeah, I'm not that excited. I thought he was fine as a general manager, but everyone wet their pants that he's back in the ring. So, yeah.
Everyone was like crying and happy and like the page
So was Daniel Bryan.
So was Daniel Bryan, yes. Everyone was like overwhelmed with joy and like...
Well, I know why Daniel Bryan was happy, but I don't know why everyone else was so
All
ecstatic.
right, so let me interject.
Please.
Daniel Bryan's put on some amazing matches, and we never really got the best of Daniel Bryan because of the concussions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he was cleared to perform again in the ring, I think is a great thing because there are so many matches that we have never been able to see at all or see on a big stage. Because, he has wrestled many of the guys that are in WWE outside of WWE, but it's going to be great to see on the biggest stage of them all. I'm looking forward to so many matches that I think we could get into a little bit later on. But I mean, it's a great thing, and not only that, you know what? This is one of the few dudes that, well, I mean, that's few. I don't want to slight everybody else, but out of a lot of the people that's in there, he is purebred, a wrestler at heart, and that's all he ever wanted to do ever since he was a kid. And to see someone, fulfilling their passion, I think we can all relate to that, no matter how you feel about them, Teddy.
I didn't say anything. I was just judging silently, but I didn't say anything.
So what about you, Krssi?
I'm kind of on both sides, I want to say.
Oh, I love that when a woman does that. Please continue.
Thank you, Teddy.
I'm gonna say no comment because this is a podcast that I need to be professional on.
You know.
At first, I was like happy, he can wrestle now. But then I was like, was I a part of the Yep movement? And then I had to go and
Wait. You're part of the Yes movement.
Oh,
the Yep movement
yeah.
is the WWE Yep movement is some bullshit that they're doing on their own. You're part of the real Yep movement. I'll say that.
Yes, you're
part of
absolutely
the
right.
original Yep movement.
Excuse me, bad Krssi. No. The Yes movement.
Okay.
I don't think I was a part of the Yes movement. However, I had to go back and do some homework and look at some of his matches. to see what everyone was so excited about. And like you said, Sonny, he is a great athlete. He can put on some matches with the best. So, like I said, I'm on both sides of this happiness and sadness, I want to say. So I'm excited to see him come back and do what he loved to do. And shout out to his wife for like encouraging him not to give up. So, good for him.
Brie mode. I honestly, I've always hated that whole Brie mode when she stops in the middle of the ring and screams that shit.
Yeah, it's
So fucking.
It was never a good thing. She was one of the Bellas I did not like. How about that?
and I didn't like the other one either.
No, I can do with her, but
I mean, I know that's why Daniel Bryan is happy, because he doesn't have to see Brie every day now. I know that's why he was ecstatic. I'd be ecstatic too. I'd give myself a concussion just to get away from Brie Bella. But I could not remember. I'm going to be honest, and I'm not just sticking my nose up the devil's ass here. I could not remember a Daniel Bryan match. I could not.
And these are the thoughts and concerns
got my disclaimer already.
Dag, we haven't even
Teddy.
Right out the gate.
And do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and concerns of Yep, I Like Wrestling.
already. Jeesh.
I like when I come fast. Anyway,
Ooh.
but
Wow.
Well, but
That's never a good thing,
that's
though.
what you get for excluding me for 2 weeks, Sonny. I got all this pent-up aggression.
This podcast is a marathon, not a race.
Whew. If I had a nickel for every man who's told me that.
Oh,
Anywho,
God.
couldn't remember any Daniel Bryan matches. So I'm a little underwhelmed, Sonny.
All right, well, be underwhelmed. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be an amazing couple of months because I'm definitely expecting a Shane and Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match.
You didn't know that was going to happen since last week? Like,
Well,
that was...
I hoped it was going to happen, but until I saw him being finally cleared, that's... See, the thing is that he's been, like, I've kind of not really realized that I've been following the story because I absorb a lot, and then when all this stuff happened, I started realizing, and this and that, and end up realizing I know so much about it. So the whole thing is that he's gone to all these different doctors and gotten clearance, doctor after doctor. But because he basically held back on some of the stuff that was going on to the company lost trust in him.
Wow.
So, he never told the company about the seizures that he had or that he had some other episodes that were really, scary. So, I don't blame the company in holding him back and saying, hey, you know what, we don't trust you. We think of you as a great talent and everything else, but we need everybody to be straight up about what's going on with them, and not hide anything. Hashtag Enzo.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
So, if you hide stuff, we can't fuck with you, basically.
Shout out to Seth Rollins. Please continue.
The greasy queen.
Hiding shit. But, we don't want another, okay, children, at home, plug your ears. Uncle Teddy's going to say a very bad word. WWE doesn't want another Benoit on their hands.
Basically.
So, when it comes to, I know, I said a bad word, but I didn't get a disclaimer, so don't tell Sonny.
Okay.
So, they don't want that on their hands again. So whenever concussions and seizures and head trauma, they want to know everything to cover their own asses, to be quite honest. So,
Yep.
But again, I'm going to take your word. I'm going to take Chrissy's word. If you all say that he's got some good matches in him, I will give him a chance. But as of now, he was a poor man's McFoley, in my opinion. He was
No.
He was a watered-down GM where
Dude.
as
a GM, but...
That's what I'm talking, because, Mick Foley was a GM as well.
Yeah.
I thought he was a water-down Mick Foley, with the flannel,
exactly.
and he's a vegan, and his wife looks like a broom. So, but if you all say... she does. So, but I'm going to give him a chance for you two. So, shall we move on to Raw, ladies and gentlemen?
We can talk about him later.
You realize that we went from give Divas a chance to give Daniel Bryan a chance, right?
Well, yeah. Give Daniel Bryan a haircut is more like it, but no.
Please, can we do that?
Yeah, he looks like a sponge. But
He looks like he smells.
Yeah.
Like wet dog.
yeah, isn't his house like eco-friendly?
or
Like-
Ruby Riot.
Oh no!
You need to give yourself a
Yes,
disclaimer.
Disclaimer, yes.
Disclaimer.
We don't do that. We don't talk about women's looks anymore. But if
I
we
wasn't talking
did,
about her looks. I was talking about her smell.
yeah,
man.
she looks like something you'd find behind your refrigerator. But she does. You ever dropped a sponge behind your refrigerator, then you find that shit 2 years later? That's what Ruby Riott. But I
No,
said I
behind
wasn't
the
going to do
stove,
that.
actually.
Yes.
It's
The
behind
stove is worse. I'm not going to say that Ruby Riott looks like Flavor Flav because that would be mean.
These are the
So,
disclaimers.
Flavor Flav.
She's a white Flavor Flav. She is. But I'm not going to do that because she's an athlete. We don't make fun of athletes. But if we did make fun of athletes, Ruby Riott
Right,
would be
would
on
be-
the list.
It'd be mean to Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. What
So you just have
happened?
to add a clock around her neck and she.
Ooh, goodness.
I got nothing for you, man.
Yeah, boy. I'm not doing this, Sonny, with you. I'm not doing this with you today.
She could have
Please.
been one of the contestants on
Flavor
Flavor's
of Love. Oh, shout out to Miss New York.
Yo,
I do
those-
love a good drag queen. Shout out to Seth Rollins. But yes,
All right. You know what? Damn. Let's pull it back.
Okay.
pull out if you will.
Oh,
Shall we
God.
move on to Raw?
Never.
I like it raw. Sonny, move on to Raw,
Jesus
please.
Christ. So anyway, let's run down the card of Raw and talk about our thoughts and.
Can we just? Me and Teddy were very, very nervous.
We were in text conversation. Yes.
Okay, all right.
We were en route, or en route, you might say, to go find and get our boy out of the hospital.
And there was a third lady from the group. Shout out to her too. She was in the
Yes.
car with us. We were
Yes.
going to get our man.
Yes, we
were
were.
going.
So I mean, did you find the handcuffs that went with Roman Reigns to the hospital? Because you know what, knowing you would look for that first.
I may still have them, but what I do is my business, Sonny. Thank you. You just stick to producing this podcast. Thank you. So Brock Lesnar, after skipping to the ring like AJ Lee, beat the holy piss out of Roman Reigns while he was handcuffed. Why does a 300-pound man need a chair, first of all? And why does he wait till Roman is strapped to a gurney to then go apeshit on him?
It's something that the WWE has with handcuffing people
Oh, yes.
and then beating them senseless.
Which is why Teddy's a fan.
Which is exactly why I'm a fan. But no, this is a recurring theme.
It is.
Austin
it really
did
is.
it. Austin was arrested.
Yes.
McMahon did it. Triple H did it to Daniel Bryan.
Yes, he
as the
did.
sensational one reminded me.
Yes.
So they have a thing of. Wait, didn't Brie Bella get Stephanie arrested after something?
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
So
Yes,
they
she
do
did.
like this whole handcuff. Yeah.
And they have the marshals on payroll now?
Apparently so. Marshall just hang out backstage.
I didn't know the marshals just will come and just arrest random wrestlers,
Yeah.
you know, for trespassing.
All right, but why is it that the referees would take it more seriously than the marshals?
I mean, yeah.
Because, duh, Sonny.
They had
hello.
striped shirts. That's why.
Even though they didn't do much.
Yeah, they did. They do. It's the shirts. Like, meanwhile,
we
no
could
one
put-
was around when Roman was getting beaten up. But when Brock comes, oh, here comes everyone. Now it's like, oh, really? Come
and then
on,
the
man.
EMT comes and puts our boy on a gurney, and
Give
then
me
he
a
comes back
break.
out skipping, as you said.
All right,
And-
so real quick, let me just break something down. I was okay with the beatdown
Were you?
of Roman when he was handcuffed and all that. I was fine with that.
I'm sure.
But yes, I was very fine with that. But when you put him on the gurney and he came back and he tossed the gurney over, that just made me think too much of Braun. And I'm like, copy and paste again.
Yes.
So it was like, all right, so now you're throwing him. It's like every time you see him on the gurney, now I'm going to be like, all right, who's tipping him over?
Yeah.
Or who's throwing him off of a dock or some shit? It's
Very much. Do you remember when Rey Mysterio got strapped to a gurney and then they slammed him against the ring post? Like, enough with the gurney spot.
Yeah, actually, that was a great gurney spot because
Poor Ray.
that was Big Show that picked him up on the gurney
Yes!
and he used him like a bat and just bat him against.
Crazy.
That was actually one of my favorite spots. And
Oh.
I wonder if they practiced those before the show.
I mean, they do some
They have
sort
to
of
some
rehearsal.
degree. But I'm
The whole,
over
I mean, the
the
gurney things, yeah.
I'm over the gurney spot. Like, we've used it.
They gotta do it because I mean I'm assuming they would, and it's not so much just for making sure that everything is scheduled. I mean, is placed in the right place. I would think it's also for the camera blocking because the camera blocking. I mean, the one thing that I've always loved about the WWE and how they produce a show is the fact that they always have their cameraman in the right position. So that's why I actually enjoy watching a show at home on TV more so than at an arena because even if you have great seats,
True.
you still miss certain things.
True.
And then even if it's bad, I kind of appreciate the commentary because I feel like the commentary is very essential to the storytelling.
It really is, though.
So that's why I enjoy it. So obviously they got to do it for the camera blocking of it, but I would love to be there for a rehearsal just to see him be like, all right, and now turn him over, and just to see him, and just to see it fall down.
Not for nothing, when you are at a live event, it's too much distractions. At least when you're at TV, at least when it's on TV, you just see and it's focusing on just what's on TV.
But there's something about a live event energy that cannot be replicated.
And you meet other wrestling nerds and people, and you gotta love it.
You get sucked into the whole, and even for people that you don't normally cheer for,
you're gonna cheer for
you
them.
cheer because that live event energy. But for all you people at home, there's a great video on YouTube, speaking of rehearsals, Sonny, and Sensational One, where The Undertaker is rehearsing burying Paul Bearer alive, and unfortunately there was a camera rolling during a rehearsal, and it was leaked. It's when Paul Bearer gets buried in the cement block. I want to say Great American Bash, don't quote me on that, but there's a leaked video of The Undertaker, not in The Undertaker garb, in his normal clothes, practicing the burial spot with Paul Bearer.
Okay.
Nice.
So if you ever want to see a behind-the-scenes rehearsal that you shouldn't ever see,
So Teddy, was it on YouTube?
yes, it's on YouTube.
Okay. So since it's on YouTube, we're gonna try and find that link and add it to our playlist.
Absolutely.
Yep, this is stuff that we like.
So you'll see a wrestling rehearsal that you should never see. Much like other things on Raw that you shouldn't see, like Bailey and Sasha. End of story. You should never see those two.
You think so?
Listen, I like Bailey and Sasha, and I love the work they did when they were in NXT. I'm hoping that they step up their game. I'm kind of liking the stuff that they're doing.
What?
But real quick, did you see the meme that's been coming out of Sonya Deville and her being upside down and like?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean,
Whoever posted that, shout out to you.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ. It was funny because like somebody posted in the group, and they just posted her with the roll up with her legs flailing in the air. And
Who did they put there on her?
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of them. That was one of them. I was cracking up at the comments because it was just a bunch of comments where you just see a picture of a camel chewing.
Yeah. There's a reason why I don't eat fish, and it's for shit like that. Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And I actually find Sonya Deville quite attractive.
Sonny, I'm about to throw up over here. Like, really?
I like Sonya Deville.
What?
Yes. You know what? I've looked at her a couple of times. I'm just
So you're the tiebreaker, Sensational One. Yay or nay?
I'm in the middle. I'm on the fence.
You like to straddle that fence, don't you?
I really do, though.
okay. Hey, she's not Ruby Riott, that's for sure.
Oh, no. I could never sit this close to Ruby Riott. Not without taking some Dramamine first. But,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I am not a fan of Bailey. I am not a fan of Sasha. Any match they're in, it's sort of like getting a rectal exam by Freddy Krueger. You just know it's going to be painful. And I'm over it.
Again, the thoughts and concerns of Teddy.
Oh, 2 disclaimers in one. Gotcha. I'd much rather watch Asuka.
Do you really?
I would.
Are you sure?
If my choices are Bailey, Sasha, and Asuka, then yeah, I'm gonna pick Asuka. At least she entertains me. Not when she opens her mouth.
By the way, thank you for that, because whenever you do that Asuka, I just look, you really bring it up a notch, and you're like Asuka.
Yeah. Shout out to Celia Cruz.
You have to do it like that, though.
You have to.
There's no other way.
I mean, she's way more entertaining than Bailey and Sasha.
I definitely think they need a little bit of a shake-up going on between the two of them, especially for the fact that everyone is always talking about them back when they were at NXT.
Like me.
Like you, of course, Sonny.
The good old days.
So maybe the little shake-up of them being apart, one goes heel, one gets a little bit more training or do more over on SmackDown. I think they would be a little bit more better. Let's tweak it up a little bit. Change her. First of all, we need to change Bailey from being a hugger.
Yes.
And I think she's a good wrestler, but we need to change her from being a hugger.
I mean, the hugger, that is, she has, what it is that she has, she's like, for lack of a better example, she's almost a female John Cena, so which is why...
The New Day.
Or the New Day.
Like her merchandise, okay,
yeah, exactly.
You're right.
So it's like, I get that. I mean, they could try and incorporate some new a little edge to it. But the one thing I'm definitely liking about what they're doing is I feel like all this stuff that they're kind of like, teasing with a turn on them turning on each other. I think it's all going to be come to a head at WrestleMania during the
women's
battle
royale.
Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Sorry. Sorry.
I actually
the women's battle royal, not the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal.
Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Fabulous.
I love how you are whispering it like we're
You know I
being
love
intimate.
messy shit. You know I'm a messy queen. So the moment they
Yes.
said Fabulous Moolah, I was like, yes, I knew it. I just knew the word pimp was gonna come up, and I like shit like that. I love a good hooker. Excuse me, sir, could you possibly drag that just a bit more? Thank you.
Nice.
Jesus. Sorry, everyone at home. Uncle Teddy just lost his mind for a second. But back to pimping. But yeah. So Fabulous Moolah, I was fine with it because I like it. I love it. So the women's battle royal, no.
Royale.
So
You have to
sorry.
put- you have to
Sorry,
emphasize
I love how you
royale.
Americans fuck up my language. But yeah,
No.
the battle royale.
There you go. Okay.
So yeah. So you think something's gonna happen between
Yeah,
Sasha?
that's just definitely coming to a head at the Battle Royal. Like, you know what? This whole teasing thing, at one point, they're going to be in the ring by themselves. Or not so much in the ring by themselves, but, like, there'll be a moment where they'll be them spotlighted, and they're just going to have it out in real nasty way.
I really thought that they were going to have their own match, but now that we have like 500 people in one match on the card now,
Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal.
it's like we can't put them on the card because of what, Teddy?
The Fabulous Moolah Battle Royale.
Wonderful. So, now that we have these triple threat matches, the tag team matches,
Fatal 16.
the
Fatal 16.
Exactly. So now we don't have any room for these two girls to go at it. So some way, like you said, they're going to be in that ring by themselves, and they're just going to go hell on each other. And
And let's be clear. We're not saying they're going to be in the ring by themselves, but there's going to be a moment where they're going to get spotlighted. Because you know how some people probably going to start nitpicking, being like, well, you guys are saying they're going to be the last two. No, we're not saying the last two.
Nope.
It's possible, but we're saying at some point they're going to be spotlighted, and they're going to go at it.
I actually kind of hope that they do get that brief moment in the battle royale,
Now
just
we're gonna
so I can go to the bathroom and give someone a hand job, because I'm gonna need a break during that whole entire thing. I don't know, 500 women that I've never heard of, like Ember Moon and 16 other hoes jumping around. I'm like, who the hell are these women? I don't know. So I hope Sasha and Bailey do get together so I can go to the bathroom.
These are the thoughts and concerns of Teddy,
Oh, my third disclaimer.
and do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and concerns
that's within
of
like
Yep,
10
I Like
minutes.
Wrestling.
So I was able to say Fabulous Moolah 8 times, but once I said ho, he disclaimed me. Do you see this?
Yeah.
What do you have against hoes, Sonny?
If it was The Godfather, they'd like it.
I know, right?
So.
Racist. Anywho.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just like saying the word racist and the word Fabulous Moolah. Shall we move on to Braun Strowman?
Braun Strowman, who's a tag team on himself.
He is.
He is. He really is, though.
You don't want these hands, son. Oh my God, did you hear what I just sounded like? Wow.
Yo, you
You sound
sound
like
Like a boy. I know. So yeah, Braun Strowman.
Yo, dude, honestly, I thought you were one of my boys from Rikers.
I know, right?
it's wonderful.
It's from living in Newark. You gotta get to the trade somehow without getting killed. Anywho, yeah. So Braun Strowman took on everyone, apparently, and he won. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he took on Cesaro, won that. Let's move on to.
I hope he doesn't get a partner. I hope he does it all by himself. He doesn't need one. He's all the team
But can
by
we
himself.
say the entire tag division has just been buried?
Yeah,
Why?
but that's the thing. That's why I'm not feeling that.
Why? Why would you do such a thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I
would
get
you
it.
do
I
that?
get it for you as a fan of Braun Strowman that
Right.
you're enjoying it.
Right.
But at the same time, what you're doing is you're taking away from all the other guys.
Absolutely.
So
Which they always do, though.
And making
Yeah.
just every tag team just look bad. Why? To showcase Braun for what? It
And-
just makes you have the Revival. You've got some great tag teams, and you just in one fell swoop snatched them away. And I don't know why.
Speaking of the Revival declared themselves to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Giant Battle Royal.
That doesn't have the same feeling.
It really
I know,
doesn't.
right? It didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like the.
Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. Did Andre do anything? No, I don't think OJ did anything.
Well,
did
no.
he?
You know, I met his daughter.
Get out.
I met his daughter at Comic-Con was it either last year or the year before. She was actually pretty cool. They did she was working with some comic book company that put out a comic on his life, and I actually bought it. It's actually pretty dope. If I remember it, I'll tweet it out. But yeah, it's something that you guys should go back and definitely pick up because it was from an independent comic company that does their thing. I think it's Lion Force, if I remember correctly.
Lion Force?
Lion Force Comics. Definitely check for them. They had that comic book, and I actually have a picture with
his daughter.
With his daughter. Yeah,
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, she was nice.
That's beautiful.
And we have a Andre the Giant documentary April 4th, correct?
Yeah, man.
I can't
Gotta
wait
check
for
that
that.
out. Yeah,
Yes.
check that
Yeah,
out.
I'm looking forward to that.
That should be really good.
Yeah, that's gonna be real good.
Wonder how many things. He was once too big to use the toilet at a hotel and was forced to use the bathtub because he was just too big.
Yeah.
Maybe in France, maybe, but yeah.
I mean, but they have a toilet and a bidet, so he could take turns.
Whichever one, he was too big and he had to use a tub. And we all know the infamous story of 110 some odd beers in one sitting.
Exactly.
He drank. Yeah, he was a bit of a myth. But yes, the Revival has declared that they've thrown their hats in the ring.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
Oh,
looking
dear.
forward to that. I mean, we'll see if the bastard children of Arn Anderson are actually going to do something. It'll be nice to see them win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, especially since I don't think I've ever seen a tag team win a Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we have a tag team win?
Well, if Braun can be a tag team by himself, why can't a tag team then win said Battle Royale?
That makes sense.
Why not?
That makes a lot of sense.
Because everything is all topsy-turvy in the WWE anyway, so why
Okay.
not? We all stand on our heads anyway, might as well keep going. Speaking of standing on your heads, Mandy Rose. Yeah. I know I told you I'd give her a chance. I'm over it, Sonny.
Hey, I'm still giving her a chance. I still like Mandy Rose.
And I ain't surprised.
She is one of my future ex-wives.
Okay. Okay, darling. Break the tie. Mandy Rose, yay or nay?
She's on the fence.
I just want her to say, on the fence.
She's more of a looker than a wrestler?
Yes.
So does that mean you're on the fence?
I am on the fence, guys. I'm sorry.
That's
Ladies
what
and
this
gentlemen,
episode's going to be called.
This is
On the fence.
On the fence.
On the Fence with the Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous moolah. Actually, that'll be a good Yep segment for the sensational one, On the Fence with Krssi Luv.
I like that.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
You'll just do interviews sitting on a fence somewhere. I don't know. That just came off the top of my head. We'll figure it out, Sonny.
So Kane came out to face John Cena.
After he was ranting and raving and begging for The Undertaker to come and accept his
I hate
challenge.
when a man begs. That shit pisses me off. It really does.
Not for a girl.
Yeah, but ugh. It's like that Keith Sweat begging. Like, all right, man, stop it. Yeah, that's how John Cena sounds. Come on, Undertaker. Come on, give it to me. Give it. Like, ew.
And his veins were all popping out of his neck. Like,
Yes.
All right, for John Cena though, I gotta say, I love the way he's pushing this match because, again, I'm still interested. I'm interested in watching this match.
It's pulling you in little
Yeah,
by little.
like
just a
so.
little.
You know what? We're gonna go back. We're gonna talk about what we discussed on episode 10. Mm-hmm. Lucy called it right.
The episode I wasn't on. I'm sorry. Continue.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
This is awkward.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
Is it good? Try being at home watching that shit. But go ahead.
I'm sorry,
That's
Teddy.
awkward.
Awkward.
Try crying into your phone. But go ahead.
No wonder your shit is a piece of shit.
It is Galaxy. Go ahead.
So, she called it like the match for impulse buyers. Cause honestly, I am one of those impulse buyers, and it's like every time I'm going to check out somewhere, like if I'm in Dwayne Reed, Target, or some shit, and I look at stuff right before I get to the register, I start thinking of John Cena. Cause I'm like, shit. Yeah, that match really got me. And it's sad that I'm thinking about John Cena when I see freaking gum and soda.
You go to CVS to pick up your meds, and then you're waiting in line, and you're like, of course I need an eyeglass repair case. Why didn't I think of that? That's what this
Exactly.
match is.
Of
Yes.
course I need John Cena versus The Undertaker. Why didn't I think of that?
Yes, I need car fluid for my car. Of course I do.
You don't have a car.
I know. Shout
it's
out
the-
to Newark.
So the
So,
whole
yeah.
John Cena and
Are you falling for it? Sensational one? Are you falling for this John
not
Cena?
yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. I'm on the fence. Yeah. Here's why. I'm liking this whole John begging and pleading deal.
You like a man to beg.
Well, I mean,
I bet you've had a few men begging, because you're a pretty girl. I bet you've had a few men begging. Shout out to your husband. But yeah, I bet you've
Yes,
had a
shout
few.
out to him.
Yeah,
What
I
up,
bet.
my dude? What's up? What up, Larry?
I wish they would leave The Undertaker alone. However,
I'm with you.
if we're going to bring him back, I guess we're going to reincarnate or what's the word I'm looking for?
Resurrect?
Resurrect. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna mark out big when I hear rolling, rolling, rolling.
I think that's what everyone.
We can't. We're not going to hear rolling, rolling. We're going to hear I am. Because remember, Kid Rock's going into the thing. Limp Bizkit does the rolling, rolling.
That is
I used to love rolling, rolling. It's been my
Rolling,
ringtone
rolling,
a few
yeah.
times, but no,
That's
Kid Rock's
right.
I am American. That's the shit we're
So
going to hear.
what you're saying is you prefer rolling, rolling, rolling
Oh, yeah.
Undertaker before you get the.
So you prefer Limp
am.
Bizkit over Kid Rock?
I do love a Limp Bizkit. I do. But yeah. But here's my thing.
Jesus Christ.
Here's my thing. First off, I have been to a live event, right? And I've been swayed by John Cena. He has this sort of Barack Obama pastor thing where he can keep talking and work a crowd up. And in the beginning, you're like, look at this punk, corny ass mofo. But by the end of it, he has you whipped up and cheering for him. So I've been in a live event where by the end of his promo, I was literally standing in the aisle like a black woman in church with my hands over my head like, go ahead, John. So he has that thing. However,
That's why he's so good. That's,
He's a master at mob psychology.
he is. He's very good at that, working you up. However, The Undertaker at WrestleMania, I'm over it because it was ruined by the streak ending some years ago by Brock.
Cock Lesnar.
Are we allowed to say cock? Sonny won't let me say that word. He's going to disclaim me if I say it.
When it comes to Brock Lesnar, I'll allow it.
Ooh!
wanna do-
Cock.
Listen, don't. All right.
See, I knew he was going to. I knew
Right.
it. I pushed him too much.
Yeah.
I pushed him too much.
Right.
I said cock too many times. Don't say cock anymore,
Cock Lesnar.
please.
Thank you.
He doesn't like the word cock.
You are what you eat.
And it does a body good. Here's my thing about The
God.
Undertaker. When Brock Lesnar defeated him, okay, it was shocking. The fat black guy in the front row lost his mind. Great.
He is at every event though.
Oh, is he?
Yes,
Okay.
like I said, I was doing my research. Sorry, sidebar, and he was at WrestleMania 32.
How do you afford those things?
He was
Prostitution.
at the front.
I don't know how he does that. But
Yo, you know he got his own T-shirt line.
I don't
Does
blame
he really?
him.
Yeah, because he got so big that he has like his own shirts and all that shit. So that's his WrestleMania in the money now.
But I
Wow.
mean, that WrestleMania made him famous. Okay, we were all shocked by that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But the fact that then the next year The Undertaker came back to take on Bray Wyatt to win was like, wait a minute, why did we have the streak end to have him come back
To
and
win.
then he beat Shane
yes.
to then lose to Roman Reigns last year? So what are we doing to we're prostituting The Undertaker. Fabulous moolah. We're prostituting The Undertaker. So him at WrestleMania, I am over because you are now ruining the image of what The Undertaker in my eyes was for many years.
I don't know why, but I just thought about the Fabulous Moolah's ashes in his urn.
That would be something.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked
Wow.
up. I know.
Yeah, he just made it dark in here. Now it's awkward. He thought cock was awkward, but now it's fucking awkward. Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah.
Fucking racist. But listen. So yeah, The Undertaker at WrestleMania, I'm literally over. I never need to see him at WrestleMania again because now what is it? What's in 45-6? That's not a thing. It's supposed to be 21-1. End of story. Go to the Hall of Fame. But if he wrestles in 2 weeks, it's going to be 92-8, and that's not a number I like. So it makes no sense.
But I mean, here's the thing: you're bringing in someone who has had two very popular different characters. His Undertaker Deadman character, that shit is dead. That shit is done. If anything, to me, I think that's why he came out to Raw 25 and gave that totally unintelligible
the
promo.
Alzheimer's speech.
Yeah, the Alzheimer's speech that he gave.
Yeah.
He was half asleep for?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was to be like, yo, this is the last time you're ever gonna see the Undertaker. And then now at WrestleMania, we're gonna see the American Badass. And personally, I feel like the Undertaker has deserved the right to go out on top. So early prediction, John Cena is gonna lose.
Of course.
Undertaker's gonna win and then ride off on that motorcycle up the ramp and into the
Hall of
beyond.
Fame?
And into the beyond.
But would that be considered on top because he still has the 2 losses at WrestleMania?
But the thing is that there's a saying: when you're gonna go out, you go out on your back. So
I've always loved that saying.
Jesus Christ. So anyway,
Is that a saying?
no?
It's
No,
a thing.
it's a
I
saying
say it
like-
a lot in Newark, but go ahead.
You would.
I do.
But when wrestlers retire, it's you put over the person that you're basically doing the job for somebody,
Yeah.
which is why you retire by going out on your back. So
Terry Funk said that.
so like
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair,
exactly.
the only person that I remember not going out on their back was Trish Stratus because
Irony. Go ahead.
Trish Stratus beat Lita at that
And
at
became
that final
champion.
match.
Yeah, you're right.
And then she retired.
Yes.
Aside from that, I can't think of anybody else that's gone out on top on their last match.
Okay.
And everybody knew that was her last match. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. And her coming back for the Battle Royal, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
That's just her making a surprise appearance.
Okay.
I think that he's definitely deserved that right, and it'll be nice to see those characters come out. Because the thing is that you think about when Cena started, they had
Thugonomics?
before he was
Word
the
live.
the word he was
Basic thugonomics.
the word before the Thugonomics, when he was John Cena, he took on Kurt Angle in that first match. And you had and they had that backstage segment where the Undertaker went up to
yes.
him and was like,
Good
"Hey,"
job, kid.
That was as American Badass.
It was.
So it's almost kind of like closing that chapter in a poetic type of way, which is another reason why I love wrestling, because they'll do certain callbacks to that is just really nice to see as a fan of entertainment.
So the build-up for that promo is going to be very, very well done when they put all that footage together.
Oh yeah, their package, even though they're probably gonna have 1,000,001 fucking packages, because that's the only thing that I don't like about some of the big shows. They do way too many of the packages, which stress the show out way too much. But I mean,
true.
the package for that match
It's gonna
is gonna
be-
be amazing. Yeah.
I do like a good package. Here's my thing.
Fucking guy.
Are we going to get Michelle McCool on the back of the motorcycle? Shout out to Sarah. For all you ladies and gentlemen at home, The Undertaker used to have a wife named Sarah, and here's the funny part. She looks exactly like Michelle McCool. So yeah, are we going to get Michelle on the back of the bike? Because Michelle was the one who he cheated on
remember.
Sarah with, so it's going to be really fucking awkward if she's on the bike now. I love a messy situation.
It'll be Michelle McCool, and then in the heading compartment, it'll be all the canceled alimony checks to Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah, who's now working at Dairy Queen. All right. Speaking of queens, how about Seth Rollins? The Balor Club and The Miz.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to that match, but I'm also. It felt like they were teasing a little bit of a turn from the Miztourage on the Miz.
Maybe.
When he was talking shit about them.
I saw that. I noticed that.
Because they gave that little like, yo, he's shitting on us. What the hell's up with that? And I kind of expected it to be a turn right there, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But it was like a little tease, so I'm expecting it to come soon. Shut up! Don't say anything.
I didn't say anything,
Okay.
but I was thinking it.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be interesting because I wonder what kind of turn they're teasing. If they turn on the Miz, what's going to happen? Is that something that possibly might be because he's going to take off for a little bit?
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
he's expecting his kid
Yep.
and all that. So it's a
That's
thought.
exactly what's going to happen. He's going to lose at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, that goes without question.
He's going to lose, and he's going to take a little bit of a year or so off and then come back. Take your time, be with your wife and your daughter.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a year, but
Shout out to Maurice.
Yes.
it'll definitely be paternity leave. So
You don't think it's going to be a year?
nah.
He got to do Ms. and Mrs., he got to do all that.
Ah, yes, I forgot about that
what's
train wreck
that?
already.
Jesus Christ,
wow,
dude.
you didn't even
Yeah.
watch
She's
it yet.
pregnant.
No.
Train wreck?
Train wreck. Shout out to
Not
Total
trash?
Bellas. Yeah. Yeah, because all their e-programming is so good. Yeah.
Is it? But I don't think this is on E. I think it's
I
on
thought it
something-
was.
I think it's on something else.
It might be produced by the people who do the one at E if it's not.
Okay.
Because the thing is that a lot of those reality shows that seem similar are usually done by the same production company.
Right.
I know this because I'm a big fan of Top Chef, and I'm also a big fan of Project Runway.
Oh.
Yeah, I watch a lot of crazy shit and I enjoy watching it with Allison. So like,
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Allison, darling. How are you?
so like we watched those shows because they were both produced by the same company, even though now they're on different networks.
Right.
But I'm big on competition shows that are like purely about the competition and not the drama.
Yeah.
Which is why I like those two shows, because like they'll actually be like, you know, I'd rather beat you at your best than at your worst. So like they'll help each other just to make sure that, you know, the whole thing goes well. But anyway, I digress.
Right.
Last but not least.
Delete.
Oh, how do we feel about the Hardy compound match?
You first.
I know I'm going to be very disagreed with, but I actually liked it.
No, you're not being disagreed with at all.
What? You and I agree on something? It only took us how many episodes? Because I wasn't on the last 5? What episode is this? 19? I don't know.
Fucking hater.
I liked it. Sensational one?
I'm on the fence. I'm sorry, guys.
Fucking shit.
Make her a t-shirt that says on the fence right this very second.
Yo,
Sonny.
dude, that's
That's
Yep.
your catchphrase.
It should say, "Yep, on the fence."
Yeah. Oh, look at her branding. Look at this. Go ahead, girl. Yep, on the fence.
all I'm gonna say is this: you make me so proud.
Yes. Yep, on the fence.
I am totally proud of you right now.
On the fence. That's my new stuff.
It is.
Yeah. So there was parts that I liked, and there was parts that I hated. How about that? Towards the end, I kind of like checked out of it. I want to say.
Chair wheels, mower of lawn.
Yeah, that.
Chair of wheels, mower of lawn.
I like
Yeah.
seeing his brother, but you know,
Shout out to
you,
Jeff.
Sonny.
Brother Neo. Brother Neo.
Shout out to Senor Benjamin. I don't know what his problem was, but I liked it.
Yo, that dude look like one of my uncles from my father's side.
Yeah, I loved him. I
Yo,
loved it.
That dude look like Uncle Pito and shit.
Yeah. Who's drunk at the barbecue, has no idea where he is. I loved it.
So
And works at the bodega with the little stick. He's the one that you be like, can I get that thing up there? And he's like there with the stick
There
going,
he
this
is.
one? No, this one? No, this one? Oh,
I
this
love
one?
the bodega when you have exact change. You just slap it down and hold it in the air, and then you can walk out. I fucking love that kind of power. You don't have to wait in line. But continue, guys. I'm sorry.
So was something like this done on the other show?
It was
Okay.
TNA. Yes.
And he did the same type of compound.
I think it was the exact same match
cartoon
completely.
show,
I
'cause
believe
I felt
so.
like I was watching a cartoon, like Tales from the Crypt type
It
of
was.
episode. Am I in the right pool? Are we going to the right
Yeah.
place? So yeah, I was just waiting for the Crypt Keeper to just pop out and just do the little
But
laugh.
enough about Ruby Riot. The
Oh.
rest of the... See, I said I wasn't going to do it, Sonny, and he made me. Yeah.
I ain't make you do a goddamn thing.
Oh! I was in my closet yesterday, but we're not going to talk about that.
Oh,
Doesn't make
actually, you
me
know what?
do anything.
Let's talk about it. So, we're recording right now on a Thursday, but we did try to record on Wednesday, which is our normal recording day.
Right.
But we
you
try
made
to
me
do
do.
we try to do a phone conversation. Now, unfortunately, the phone conversation we tried to do was using a particular app that allows us to record a podcast over the phone, and Krssi and myself were actually having a good time. You know, we had proper connection, but somebody who has a bullshit Samsung
Galaxy.
they couldn't connect properly, but
Couldn't.
because, you know, aside from, you know, his connection sucks, his audio always sucks. So I said, hey, listen, for best audio, this is what I need you to do. Go into your closet. The clothing will absorb the sound, and that's how we'll have, and it will be like being in a soundproof room. So try having a 6'5" man go into the closet. Wait, having a 6'5" gay man go into the closet.
Back into the closet. Shout out to the LBG2 community. You see what the shit I got to put up with this one? Yeah.
But you know what? The times that your phone did work, you actually had good sound.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
it was good sound. It just sucks that your phone's a piece of shit.
It is a piece of shit.
But anyway, I digress. So
I like the Hardy compound match. Why? Because it was different.
Yes.
It ended the show differently. Normally it's blah, 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 Seth Rollins, blah, 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 Roman Reigns. It was good, something different. Bray Wyatt and Matt got to do something at the end of the show. We got to see Reby, Wolfgang. So these were people that we've not seen before. So that was good. There was music. You know, yes, it did get a bit cartoonish. I think it would have been great for children. It was like a children's horror film. But I don't know many children who
Yeah.
could have lasted till the end of that.
No.
But I think it definitely the drone with
the drone was dope.
I think children would have loved it.
Yeah.
And it was some silliness, you know. lawn of chairs, mower of my ass.
Actually, I like that part because I thought I was cracking up with that shit.
Yeah.
But the part that I could have
silliness.
done without was when they were doing the Scooby Doo shit, where
jumping behind the
where they were jumping behind the different pieces, and it's like it's like he's trying to look for him, and it's like all I needed was like the whole Scooby Doo.
Yes.
There was a little bit of
chase
silliness.
chase music.
Yeah.
So, but
ultimately, I liked it. It was different.
this is the stuff that I enjoyed. Aside from the stuff that you just mentioned, there's some of the stuff that I liked. I love the way it was filmed.
Yes.
The way it was filmed was, to me, really great. I love the way they shot it. Like, so the way it was filmed was about visually how it looked. The way they shot it was more about how they positioned the fight sequence of them in the ring.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't take away. It really felt like I was watching a WWE match, just happened to be outdoors with the ref. And to a certain degree, it felt like I was watching a live version of what I would see on a say WWE 2K18. So it's because there was like a video game element to it because it was almost like a different background. But that was the thing, that it was different, but it wasn't entirely cheesy that it made me say, damn, this shit is whack. But there was certain elements about it that I really liked.
Yeah.
Way better than the House of Horrors bullshit that we got months back.
I did not get behind that.
I hated that shit. Like, this was, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good.
It was like a no falls count anywhere match outside with Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah. And I can't stop saying, mow of lawn, wheel of chairs.
So we may or may
chair
not
wheels.
get Bray Wyatt back because he did fall into the pond of reincarnation. So we may or may not.
Which means we're going to get Husky Harris again.
Oh dear.
No.
Well, either way, I thought it was good. I know I'm maybe in the minority when it comes to the page, but I think they did a great job.
Yeah. I think there was too many people in the Yep, I Like Wrestling group that were just bitching a little way too much.
They hated it.
Because the thing is, it's half of them are bitching because it's not the same thing that they saw in TNA, and then the other half are bitching about it because it's not what
They're used to
what
seeing.
they're used to seeing, and it didn't fit in their wheelhouse. And then another half, I know I'm up to 150%.
I know. What's happening here?
So change all the halves to thirds, and we're good math-wise.
Here we are.
But and then the other third, to be honest with you, is the people that were quietly liking it. You know, I didn't really get a chance to voice my love for it, but I mean, if anything, I will at some point when I get on in the group, because I've been editing and designing like crazy, so I haven't really
The mad scientists.
Exactly.
So, shall we use our last 10 minutes to talk about SmackDown?
Oh, wow.
We did. We've gone 15 minutes on Raw. We went 15 minutes Raw, and now we're going to smack it down for 10. See what I did there, Sonny? Did you see that?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
That's called journalism. So.
Yeah.
All right, so Daniel Bryan.
Listen, we spent
finished.
tens of dollars to make
We
this
do.
podcast.
Tens of dollars. So we
Tens of
talked about
dollars.
Daniel Bryan, Baron Corbin, and Ty Dillinger. That's all I'm going to say. You all don't know what I know about Ty Dillinger, but we're not going to get into that in this podcast.
We're only going to do about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Get it? See what I did there?
10.
10.
But if Ty Dillinger, if you're listening, just let you know. I know. All right.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah, I know. So Natalya and Charlotte did a pretty good match, but they always do.
No, wait. Don't say it like that. No. Wait. I'm gonna shut this shit down right now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Wow.
That was a pay-per-view caliber match.
But they've done it 3 times.
Yes.
So it's,
But that match was amazing.
But they always do, those two.
And I think those two together bring the best out
they
of
do.
each other.
But we've seen it before.
Right. We've seen it. I think we've seen it more than 3 times.
Yeah.
That is
I wanna
something
say.
that I will see over and over again in every single reincarnation possible, because that match was amazing.
Yeah.
though.
And Natty is so good as a heel. I hope she stays heel forever.
Yeah.
She cannot be anything else but a heel. Like
Well, I
the way
think-
she screams and just like no, like it's just amazing. It's like Ricky Guerrero just like minus a little bit.
Oh, that's a great comparison, because you know what, because it's like her personality in the ring is so cheesy that you have to make it a heel.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense. Damn, that's a great comparison.
Shout out to the
Thank you.
Guerreros, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
But yeah, she screams and like she's so good. Like, and it makes it so good for them to go against each other. But I'm like Teddy. I'm sick of seeing it though.
Yeah.
But that means when this whole shakedown happens,
Shake up.
Shake up, excuse me.
Shake down is a whole different thing. That's what happens in Newark at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Newark. It is.
But
In Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, when you want to get your pay.
Yeah. Shout out to Brooklyn.
I want us to have a little bit more of a tweak to SmackDown because we're seeing the same matches every week. Even on Raw, we're seeing the same matches. Just
Yeah, I mean
this one with that one, that one, this one.
Naomi and Becky versus the Riot Squad. Yeah, we've seen it.
It's just.
But what we didn't get to see was someone else nearly get the tar beaten out of them. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn yet again went on a rampage to kill someone. Shout out to Shane McMahon and the returning Daniel Bryan.
So we're just gonna totally gloss over Harper and Jimmy Uso as well as Bobby Roode and Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal.
It's sort of like oral sex with a woman. I'd rather not, but if you need it, go right ahead. So
The Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Jinder Mahal. Seems like Bobby Roode's gonna probably turn from a babyface to a heel. We're hoping, maybe we'll see.
the only thing I'm hoping for is Bobby Roode and Charlotte getting together, because their pictures together on Instagram. Charlotte, if you're listening, bang that like a drum. Do you hear me? Woo! They make such a cute couple.
They do, though.
If he's not hitting that, I don't know what's wrong with Bobby Roode.
It was a picture. I have to send it to you, Teddy. It was a picture of her kind of like leaned
Yes,
over,
I saw it,
and
and him behind her.
And he had his hands
Yes!
up. I was like, okay,
Get him,
yes.
Charlotte. Get him.
All right.
Hit him, Charlotte. Hit him hard.
You know,
Go
some-
ahead, honey.
Real quick, before we move on, there's something that I forgot to say to you guys. Happy Rusev Day.
Oh, no. Is it Rusev Day already?
Happy Rusev Day.
Seems like only yesterday it was Rusev Day.
Yeah.
And he had another good match.
Hey, that to start off the show, that was a great match with Shinsuke Nakamura. And another thing I want to say to both of you, but more specifically to Teddy, knit a face. Knit a face.
Yeah, I know you like that saying. Oh, Shizge and
Teddy,
Oscar.
you get out of line. You get the knit a
a
face.
I don't know. We'll talk about it on the next podcast, but yeah. Stop giving Oscar and Shizge microphones. It's only hurting their... Yeah, it's only hurting them. But
It's just like when Oscar was talking to The Miz. My streak, you can't break my streak.
Yeah.
My streak. I'm like, no one is breaking your damn streak.
it's only
Relax.
hurting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Becky Lynch and Naomi, they did something, I don't know, I kind of glossed over it, I fell asleep a bit. But I did wake up when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were beating the tar out of Daniel Bryan.
Yo.
And then, yeah, they were fired.
Yeah. Well, they were fired. Then they decided
Yeah.
to beat them.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, which, typically is the right thing to do.
Yes.
Don't you just love when they send your henchmen out to do their fancy work for them? When you go, okay, you go fire them. You go do it. Okay, you do that.
So he returned and then took a nasty bump, and now what?
Well, one of the things that before we talk about that really nasty bump that he took, there was a lot of people in the Yep I Like Wrestling group that were talking about how, hey, did you see how Sami Zayn was barely hitting him when they were beating him down? I'm like, Larry Morgan said it best. Shout out to Larry. You don't want to be that guy that's the one that gives him the final injury that makes you go out.
Shout out to D'Lo Brown.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
or shout out to Goldberg, because Goldberg is still blamed for Bret Hart.
Bret Hart, yeah.
So, you don't want to be that guy. So it's like, I'm going to tell you right now, Daniel Bryan's going to get hit real hard, stiff shots to every part of his body except his head. Like, basically from the nose up, he's getting light touches. Like, it's going to be like so many, it's going to look like The Godfather when the guy hits him at that part of the movie where he's beating the guy down. It's going to be like that he misses him totally.
But I'm sitting at home, I'm like, okay, be careful, because I don't want you, like, he's doing all these flips back and forth across the ring. I'm like, okay, you need to just take it down maybe 2 notches. I know you're very excited, but we don't need you to get hurt. So, but the excitement in the crowd was, like, making him do all of that.
He was like a kid on Christmas. He was just excited to be there, and yeah, he wanted to get everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But still got his ass kicked.
yes.
Yeah, but that bump on the ring apron, that shit is just so brutal. Like, I don't even know how you even prepare for that shit. It's like, all right, this is the spot. We're gonna power bomb you on a corner,
Yeah.
And
This was someone's bright idea.
yeah, I mean, this shit is so brutal looking. But
Well, look, he's back now. Is
Yeah.
there anyone you guys want to see him fight if he's able to come back from the last bump he took?
Let's see. Daniel Bryan against anyone. Are we saying past or are we saying
Well,
present right now?
well, because he's now back, we gotta think
Okay.
about present roster. Who's somebody that you want to see him in the ring with?
Him and my boy Finn Balor. How about that?
Finn Balor. So you want to move to Raw to fight Finn Balor? Really?
Yeah.
Sonny?
Well, he doesn't have to move to Raw. We can have Raw against SmackDown and do it like that.
Oh, that's true. We do have one pay-per-view where we do go against each other, correct?
Yeah, Survivor Series.
Okay, so yeah.
That
I can see that, and he could just lose to him. It's fine.
I would love to see that, but you know what? I think I would really love to see him and AJ Styles, only because of the fact that AJ Styles. Well, you know what? AJ Styles is one, but I have another one that I really, really want to see, but I doubt we'll see it, and that's Brock Lesnar.
Oh, dear.
You want him to go against Cock Lesnar?
And get re-injured?
Well, yeah. You see what he did to poor Roman Reigns.
Yeah, but
Like,
you know what? I think him and Brock Lesnar is a match that I've always wanted to see.
Really?
Because it's the quintessential David and Goliath match.
that will be 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And the thing is that yes, you have Brock Lesnar who will be the big man that will be throwing him all around the ring. But I would tell you right now, Daniel Bryan will make him look like a fucking star. Because I feel like, Brock Lesnar used to be so much better back in the day, but it's like because of what he's done in UFC, they've dumbed him down. Because it's like to make him more, imposing, they've dumbed down his persona where he's Suplex City. Where
Suplex City, bitch.
yeah, exactly. So it's like I would love to see Daniel Bryan come and make him have an amazing match. Because you know what? Another match, a match that I would actually love to see again, to see it now with years of seasoning. I want to see Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. Because that match that he had with Roman Reigns a couple of years ago, that was an amazing match for Roman. Like, that was a great match that he had because of Daniel Bryan. I mean, not taking away from Roman Reigns, but
That would be good. Yeah.
it was
I
a
can see
thing
that.
where you had two guys, and Daniel Bryan really helped him get to that next level and help him, gain more fans. So I think that would be an amazing match. Teddy, what would be your favorite matchup to see Daniel Bryan in?
Daniel Bryan divorcing Brie Bella. I'd like to see that. That's the only thing I'd actually care about.
So in other words, the only match you want to see is in divorce court?
Yeah, that's the only thing. I don't care. I don't like Daniel Bryan. I don't care. I just want to see him sign the divorce papers and watch Brie Bella crumble. That's what I'd like to see.
Jesus
That's what
Christ.
I want.
Her and Birdie.
Her and Birdie. Shout out to Birdie.
Divorce proceedings in hell,
Yeah,
in a cell.
put it in Hell in a Cell and let Nikki Bella be the special guest referee and put it on E so I don't have to watch it. Sonny, take us home, please.
So that's a wrap for episode 12 of the Yep I Like Wrestling podcast. Some quick mentions. Saturday, April 7th, we're doing a NXT New Orleans viewing party at Legends. And on Sunday, April 8th, we're doing our WrestleMania viewing party at Legends. And I'm telling you now, we got a surprise.
I like surprises, Sonny.
And the surprise will be mentioned next week on the podcast, so make sure you tune in. But it's a huge surprise.
Okay.
And when I say huge, I mean huge. And I don't mean it in a Donald Trump way. I mean it in a Sonny Sofrito is saying that it's going to be epic way.
Okay.
So
I like
we
this.
got a big surprise coming. Also, make sure you go to our YouTube account. Check out the Yep on the Street done by the self-proclaimed GM.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
It is. It really is.
Basically, share this with your friends that are and are not wrestling fans, because a lot of people that don't even watch wrestling have been enjoying the hell out of it. Make sure you go back and check out the Ladies Takeover. That was an amazing episode as well.
Yes.
And make sure you check us out at www.yepilw.com. So once again, my name is Sonny Sofrito.
I am the sensational Miss Krssi Luv.
And
I am your general manager, Teddy.
self-proclaimed.
Good to see you, Krssi.
Nice to see you,
Don't stay
Teddy.
away so long next
Please,
time.
I will try not to.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Take care and have a great week.
Bye.